performance, career high 12 strikeouts for him.
Pretty good stuff, huh? He's he's a treat, man. He's just got great makeup, great composure, great stuff. He's got some pitchability about him too. I mean, it's not just about stuff. He's trying to execute pitches, and I think you're just seeing the start of it. Guys, he's got a chance to be special.
As good as he's looked in that role, and as good as Micah has looked as a multi-inning, high-leverage reliever, what decisions have you made about keeping them in those roles for the longer term?
Hadn't made any. I mean, really, we're just kind of take it one day at a time. And Clayton's been awful good. I mean, obviously, we felt like he had a chance to be. Had a chance, you know, and really Micah's where he is because of the way we started the year. And since then, it seems like it's game's kind of telling us what to do.
At what point did you think? When did you know that Beater would be a starter for you guys? I know he was recovering from Tommy John, but
Yeah, he's a guy in high school that when we saw him pitch, had a lot of pitchability about him, and then he went through the deal where he had an increase in velocity, and then you know, and usually when you have that big increase in velocity, you have some rhythm and timing you go through. He went through it, and now he's on the right side of it.
seems we talk a lot about the offense, but I noticed Conley and then Klein making some plays on defense. Where you've seen both of them kind of take steps forward in that area.
Yeah, those guys, they like playing catch, and they like working at it, and it's a big part of it. And the other big part of it is a guy throwing the ball in the strike zone and pitching ahead, and pitching with good rhythm and tempo, and all that helps each other.
Considering that Micah, I guess he said, first weekend he said he had a little soreness, was why, he hadn't started him. Considering he was not quite on schedule to begin the year, are you surprised at all with how dominant he has looked?
No, not at all. Not at all. Actually, last year, early in the year when he was doing it, you saw the same thing. Like early in the year, I mean, I think we did it for quite some time early in the year last year. And he's very efficient. He executes pitches. He's got two really good pitches. He's got two pitches he can put you away with, and so no, not really at all.
And haven't kept a close eye on the Coke bottle, but considering he is, when he's in that role, is he throwing with a little more velo than he does when he's going?
Thought last year, definitely we saw that last year. I mean, we saw 5 or 6 out of him one time last year, out of the bullpen, and as a starter. It's again though, Micah can pitch whenever you need him to pitch. He's a guy, he can fill either role, and right now, it's what's happening really right now is Clayton's. He's obviously earning the right to pitch each week.
Do you I know you said the roles aren't defined yet, but do you kind of see them being a duo, kind of like Caleb and Connor were last season? You know how like Killian was
Connor, Queen.
Yeah, my bad.
I don't know that you want to pencil any one guy in after a starter. I really don't. And so we've got a bunch of guys down there. That's definitely something that we're looking forward to developing and watching those guys grow as the year goes and understand the value, and each time they step on the mound's an opportunity to get better physically and mentally. And there's a bunch of arms down there. Should be fun to watch those guys.
Micah going 39 pitches tonight. Assuming he stays in there, could you pitch him more than once in a weekend?
Absolutely, you bet.
So he's not going to be burned after one.
Not that many pitches. No. We don't ever do it hardly back-to-back days, but he'd be available Sunday.
What kind of luxury would it be to have him and McMillan both with the capability of that kind of role?
I mean, it makes it pretty easy to pick one. I mean, it's both those guys make our job a lot easier, for sure.
What have you seen also about Micah's pitch count? I know you said that was at the beginning of the season. That was kind of a reason you said he wasn't starting. Has it gone up now, or?
He's been up to 60.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. 62 maybe.
I think Clayton might say he could go an extra inning. I know you want to keep. Do you want to keep him around that 90, 91 pitch count there, or would you be comfortable leaving him there a little longer?
In our time here, we've probably thrown, I'm going to say less than, I think there's been, I mean, you'll have to go back and count the complete games, but guys over 100 pitches, you can count them on two hands. It's under two hands. I mean, it's our responsibility to take care of these guys and do the best we can. We'll put them in a position to be as good at the end as they are at the start. And we try to, that's why we try to have as many arms down there as we can, obviously, because that's what the game wants you to do. And so, with that being said, he probably could have gone and faced one or two more hitters. Unless he had an immaculate inning in him.
No, Ty mentioned it, but that 12 strikeouts was the most since Corey Taylor. I don't know if you remember anything about Taylor, any words about them come to mind. That was back in 2013.
Do I remember Corey Taylor?
Any
I
words
remember.
on
I
him
remember
now?
Molly.
Yeah.
I remember exactly where I was when he committed. There's nothing I don't remember about Corey Taylor. That guy's one of the all-time great players that's played here. He's a great teammate. He's a great man. I think he set the record for ERA in a season here, his senior year. He commanded the fastball as good as anybody I've ever coached. And he's just a special guy on top of that. I mean, you're talking about a guy who played quarterback, point guard, third base, pitcher. Whatever you wanted Corey Taylor to do, he could do, and I still believe it. Get me going about Corey Taylor. He's with the Mets.
I was going to say, does he make it to the big chips? I think he's in
No,
AAA.
he hasn't made it yet. He hadn't made it yet. He's on the brink. He's a great family. Kennedale, Texas. You know where that is? Huh?
Maybe.
It's pretty much Arlington.
Probably
Yeah. Yeah.
We've asked you all about pitching. What else did you like tonight?
I tell you, there's some tough at-bats in there. Up and down the lineup, there's some guys that competed and stuck with their plan within an at-bat. I thought guys did a really good job with with basically understanding that, sometimes you got to wait a guy out. Sometimes you got to wait till you get your pitch. Sometimes it's early. And some guys handled some adversity within the game, too, as it went.
Mentioned when you walked in, but that time change for tomorrow, how'd that kind of just break down for you with the basketball game and making a decision?
Yeah. I saw my neighbor over there walking in, and I was walking the dog the other night, and I literally just talked to Joe and said, hey, let's move it to 6 Saturday. Give everybody time to go home after the game and then come over here. And I got back with the dog, and Joe called and said, hey, what do you think about playing at 3? Basically, they wanted to make sure we knew we could play at 3 if we wanted to, that the basketball game would be over. And so I was like, if that's what we need to do, let's do it. So we decided to play at 3 o'clock. So, and I think based on wind and everything, based on what I heard this morning, I think the wind's supposed to kick up around 5:30 or 6, what I heard. Usually it's during the daytime, right? So I told him when I saw him, we moved it to 3. That's what I was getting at. He was already talking about having to go home and get some warm clothes on and come back to the baseball game. Now he just had to go straight from the basketball game. And by the way, the crowd was awesome tonight. Really, really cool to be able to get to play a night game, and get some people out and get to share our guys with our fans, and appreciate everybody coming out for sure.
Clayton, 12 strikeouts tonight is the most by a Tech pitcher in 7 years,
Wow.
since March of 13. So how did it feel from your perspective?
Felt pretty good, gave up a few more hits than I would like, but I had a good feel for breaking ball tonight, so it's kind of what I played off of to help me out.
I was gonna say, what was working for you?
Definitely the breaking ball.
Slider or slider?
I call it a curveball, but some people call it a slider, I guess.
And I was gonna say, there were a few of those Ks that Braxton were dropped their strikes, and Braxton tagged him out or threw him at first.
Mhm.
Is that indicative of how well the ball was moving, or?
Yes, sir. I think if I started down sometimes, I'll get swings and misses, and then I've got faith in Braxton to block it every time. So it usually works pretty good if I'm ahead in the count.
How'd you feel, fifth and sixth, you both had 2 runners on with 2 outs, got strikeouts at the end of both innings. I assume you're kind of confident that you could do what you need to do in those situations?
Yes, sir. I guess with nobody on, I'm just trying to get ahead, and then I feel like once I get in a situation like that, I can go for a strikeout if I need to, and luckily it was working tonight. So.
Coach, it's kind of rare to let a guy get into triple digits, but do you think you might have been able to stay on the mound out there?
I felt like I could have, but they're good about keeping us healthy and making sure we're not doing anything crazy like that.
See from Micah, just from your perspective, once he took over.
His slider was wipeout too. I mean, he's done an amazing job this year coming out for multiple innings. It's like every time he gets the ball, I have full confidence that he's just going to shut him down.
How much do you like that beater for 6 innings and Dallas for 3?
Seems to be working pretty good so far, huh?
I assume with the success that you've had, you want to stay in this role, right?
Oh, yes, sir, definitely. I feel like we're in a groove right now as a team, and what we're doing is working, so happy to be helping.